Hi students, welcome to all 4 C-Learning chemistry classes for second year. The running chapter is organic chemistry and now we are in session number 24. In previous session we discussed about the introduction part and then the naming of alcohols and phenols, and in that session at the end I provided you some molecules to write the names on your own, and I hope that you completed the work, the task. And now let me give some more compounds which are of having, it is nothing but somewhat related to phenols. In phenols, when other groups present, how to give the names for it, and when two hydroxy groups, what are the common names that they are having. These let me discuss, and thereafter we will enter into the isomerism. What isomerism these alcohols can exhibit, and how we can guess the isomerism with other groups, and what are the numbers of isomers in different molecular formula, all we will discuss. Clear? And now let me give some more examples for the naming. In case of phenol, if it is of having OH group along with methyl group, when only OH group present it is phenol, when only methyl group present it is toluene, and when these two present it is known as cresol. You remember cresol, and here the cresols are of three kinds: O-cresol, and then in O-cresol means here it is nothing but ardocresol, and then if that CH3 is present at meta position, M-cresol, and if that CH3 group is present at para position, then it is known as P-cresol. P-cresol. And IUPAC name, you know, it is nothing but one. It is one position, it is 2-methyl, simply 2-methyl phenol. And now you may have the doubt of the OH and CH3, toluene or phenol, which has to be considered. You know, the priority, functional group should be given priority. So OH is taken priority, and thereby it is 2-methyl phenol, and it is nothing but 3-methyl phenol, and the next one is nothing but 4-methyl phenol. Like this, the IUPAC names we can write as phenol. Already you know, in previous session we discussed about that phenol is the common name, but at the same time that phenol is adopted in IUPAC system, is it not? So from that we can consider cresol is the common name, and phenol is, methyl phenol is nothing but IUPAC name. Clear? And now similar to this, in case if the phenol is having OH group additional, that is like this, it may be, or it may have that OH group at meta position like this, or it may have that OH group at para position like this. In this case, the common name of this group is catechol. It is catechol, and it is nothing but resorcinol, and it is nothing but phenol or quinone. Generally it is hydroxyquinone, just it is quinol is the common name. Clear? And now coming to IUPAC name, these two OH groups when present, we should not use the phenol word. Instead of that, it is benzene 1,2-diol, that we have to use. And I think now you can write this one, it is nothing but benzene 1,3-diol, and in this case it is benzene 1,4-diol. Like that, here the OH group relative positions, because both the two groups are OH groups, so both are taking the priority, and hence we have to consider them as diols, as ol is nothing but the OH group suffixing word in aliphatic compounds. And in aromatic compounds, generally when one OH group is present, we can consider this as phenol, but when two OH groups present, then we have to consider the names like this. Clear? And now let us move to the next part of this alcohols. It is nothing but isomerism, and as we know, these are the oxygen possessing compound. Only one oxygen is present, and thereby these alcohols, that is aliphatic alcohols, they are functional isomers of ethers if sufficient carbons present. Say for example, if it is methanol means the first member of alcohol, it is not possible to exhibit any isomerism. Clear? But when it is ethanol, say for example CH3 CH2OH, and its molecular formula is C2H5OH or C2H6O, we can write, and this one now can exist like this. Now when it is OH form, it is alcohol, and when it is in the form of ROR, it is ether. Like that, with the two minimum carbons in molecule, alcohols can exhibit functional group isomerism with ethers. Clear? And now in this one can also exhibit, that is functional group isomerism we are observing, and this functional group isomerism is with ethers. And then alcohols only with OH group when present with 3 carbons in their molecule can exhibit positional isomerism. Positional, how? Let us consider this propanol. Here it is one propanol, and whereas the same OH group now can present on the second carbon, and both these two are having the same molecular formula, that is nothing but C2H8O. Same molecular formula, both these two, but OH is present at 1 and here it is 2, hence it is 2-propanol. Clear? And now when 4 carbons present, it can also exhibit chain isomerism. Chain isomerism is also possible. Isomerism. And now let us consider, say for example, if it is CH3, CH2, CH2, CH2OH, it is of having 4 carbons in main chain, hence it is butanol. Clear? And now the same, now when one of the carbon is present as a branch, it is now having 4 carbons, both these two are having the same formula, C4H10O, and now the main chain is having only 3 carbons, it is nothing but 2-methyl, you can observe the name, 1-propanol. Previously it is nothing but butanol, that means it is of including all the 4 carbons, but when it is writing like this, it is of propanol, only 3 carbons are in main chain. And now one more, it is nothing but we can consider the structure of this compound is CH3 and CH. Okay, now let me write, it is another one is nothing but the same type of structure with CH3 CH3, here OH is present, and now here also only 3 groups present, 3 groups or 3 carbons present in main chain, and it is a branch, and now these two relation is 3 carbons, but it is 1-propanol and this is 2-methyl 2-propanol, and hence we can consider these two as positional isomers, and any of these two with this one is chain isomer. And next this one, in case if we are writing the compound like this, CH3 CH2 CH OH and CH3, here you observe it is 1 butanol and it is 2 butanol. That means both are having the same carbons in main chain, 4, 4. So these two are differed in their position of OH. Hence they are considered as positional isomers. And any of these two, with any of these two will be the chain isomer, because in these two cases the carbons that present in main chain are 4, and in these two cases the number of carbons that present in main chain are 3 each. So that is, the molecular formula is same, but the number of carbons in main chain differ with the same functional group. Just you have to remember, in case if the functional group is different, then automatically the it will be functional group isomerism. Simply it is nothing but like this, here OH, here O. So when it is of giving a new functional group, then it is known as functional group isomer, like that. And here sometimes when the compound is having chiral carbon, like here you can observe CHOH, secondary 2-butanol is nothing but having a chiral carbon. In such a case it can exhibit optical isomerism. Even optical isomerism is also possible, but you remember the minimum number of carbons required to exhibit optical isomerism is 4. In case of 3 carbons it is not chiral carbon, and hence we can't expect any optical isomerism in this case. Just you have to remember, with 1 carbon no isomerism, with 2 carbons it is of starting to exhibit functional group isomerism with ethers, with 3 carbons it starts to exhibit positional isomerism, and with 4 carbons at a time it starts chain isomerism, positional isomerism, functional group isomerism, as well as optical isomerism. All these are possible with 4 carbons in the molecule. You have to consider, already in your junior inter you studied all these things, but again because we are going through these alcohols chapter, that's why I provided you some of those salient features when we are studying related to these alcohols. Clear? And now let us move for preparations of alcohols. Preparations of alcohols. And dear students, you remember, here I am going to provide different substrates that are useful in preparing the alcohol, and the that is the required reagent which can convert that substrate into alcohol. All these I will list out, and just you note it down, and thereafter we will discuss one by one the preparation along with the mechanism. It is nothing but, actually when you are attempting for the competitive examination, they never ask the mechanism, but they will pick the question from the mechanism part itself. Say for example, if the reaction is taking place through electrophilic addition, or it is through nucleophilic substitution, some sort of, that is SN1 reaction, the reaction intermediates will form. And so now they will ask about the reaction intermediate. That too direct, they may not ask direct question, but by providing some substrates in which of the following reaction we can expect the carbocation as reaction intermediate. There you have to recollect the concepts related to of the given reactions, which is of going for electrophilic addition, or which is going for SN1 mechanism, or which is going for E1 mechanism, elimination, like that. Only in these 3 cases we can expect the reaction intermediate carbocation. So like that they will ask the question, but it is covering so many concepts. You have to know, you should know what is the reaction that will take place, first of all, whether it is of electrophilic addition or nucleophilic addition or elimination, like that you should know. And next one, you should know the molecularity of that reaction, because molecularity based reactions are SN1, SN2 and E1, E2. And for that purpose, first of all, you should know what are the substrates that are interested to go for SN1 and E1. And when it is, already we discussed in alkyl halides, when there is competition between SN and elimination, the reagent, you have to observe whether the reagent is eliminating or whether the reagent is substituting. Like that, different concepts you have to cover at a time when they simply asking the question, Which of the following reaction is involving carbocation as the reaction intermediate? Clear? Here also, here, that's why I am providing, first of all I am providing the substrates and the respective reagents which are of making these substrates into alcohols, because in all these cases preparation of alcohol, automatically the product will be alcohol, but which substrate and with what reagent it can react to give such type of product, all we have to discuss. Clear? And now let me go for it. It is nothing but these alcohols can be prepared from alkenes. From alkenes, it is, the reaction is nothing but by hydrolysis. Hydrolysis means nothing but addition of water, or by hydration reaction. Simply addition of water molecule to this alkene will create alcohol. That's why. And here this hydrolysis can be carried out in acid catalyst by acid catalysis. It is nothing but H2O in presence of H2SO4 like this. And second one is nothing but hydroboration, oxidation reaction. Actually these reactions, this is also known as HBO. These reactions you will cover in junior enter alkene chapter. That's why I am always asking, once you are going through a homologous series, if you are thorough with this, with its properties and with its preparations, automatically the same will be repeated. Generally this preparation of alcohol is a property of alkene. There, when alkenes undergo hydrolysis, the products are formed alcohols, we studied. Now when we are preparing this alcohol, it is a property, it is a preparation of alcohol, and we are writing the same. And HBO reaction, it is nothing but BH3THF we can take reagent, and after that it is treated with H2O2 in presence of OH minus in aqueous solution. This is the reagent for HBO. And next one is nothing but oxymercuration demercuration. Oxymercuration and demercuration. We have to mercuration. It is here, it is nothing but mercuric acetate. OAC is a representation for acetate, just you remember, by followed by hydrolysis. These are the three reagents used to prepare alcohol from alkenes, just you remember. And next one is from alkyl halides. Already we know from alkyl halides it is by SN reactions, nucleophilic substitutions, with what is the reagent? Nothing but aqueous NaOH, just you remember, or aqueous KOH. You remember, in case instead of aqueous, if you are using alcoholic KOH or NaOH, then it creates elimination in RX, is it not? So here you have to remember it is aqueous NaOH or KOH. And third one is from carbonyl compounds. Carbonyl compounds. Here just let me know, make you to recollect, or will make you to understand in an easy manner. When we are of considering the homologous series, in the beginning of the reaction mechanism, already I explained in previous videos, it is nothing but we are of taking the hydrocarbons to carboxylic acid in the increasing order of their oxidation state, is it not? When compared to alkenes, alkenes more oxidized. When compared to alkenes, alkynes more oxidized. And then alkyl halides and alcohols, these two are equally oxidized. And then carbonyl compounds more oxidized. And then carboxylic acid still more oxidized, is it not? And thereby here, when it is more oxidized, to convert this into alcohol, the method used is nothing but reduction. So when it is more oxidized, we have to make a reduction process for this. And here the reduction is by the reagents. You can use H2 in presence of nickel or platinum or palladium. And next one is nothing but sodium boron hydride or lithium boron hydride. Lithium aluminum hydride, not boron hydride, LiAlH4. And you remember, it is strong reducing agent actually. Clear? These are the reagents. And next, fourth one, it is from carboxylic acids and derivatives. Carboxylic acids and derivatives. Derivatives are nothing but it is simply esters we can consider, and acid chlorides. In these two cases, here also acids are more oxidized, and that's why it is also by reduction we can convert these acids or acid derivatives into alcohols by reduction with, here sodium boron hydride is not useful, just you remember, only lithium aluminum hydride is useful. Sodium boron hydride is not sufficiently strong to convert these acids or acid derivatives into alcohols. That's why only lithium aluminum, which is a strong reducing agent, or it can also be carried out by hydrogen in presence of nickel, that is metallic hydrogenation. It is nothing but heterogeneous hydrogenation process. In that process also we can convert these acids or acid derivatives into alcohols. And one more important method is nothing but from Grignard's reagents. Here let me explain one concept which is of misconception. Actually, in my opinion, it is a misconcept, because even though we are considering it is from Grignard reagent, Grignard's reagent, it is given the heading like this, and from this heading we may think that Grignard reagent is converted to alcohol, but actually not like that. In these reactions, the Grignard reagent is used as a reagent to attack on the substrate. So from Grignard reagents, by the reaction, simply we can say that by the reaction with carbonyl compounds, just you remember, carbonyl compounds. Here carbonyl compounds, how they are converted? It is nothing but a reduction process, because carbonyl compounds conversion to alcohol is a reduction process, is it not? And here just let me give the idea about different carbonyl compounds that are converting into alcohols. In such a case, these different kinds of alcohols that can be expected from different types of carbonyl compounds. Let me give that list. Here carbonyl compounds where these Grignard reagents can attack are of three kinds, actually two kinds, but for convenience sake I am giving. This is nothing but formaldehyde. Formaldehyde is a special kind because both these two valency of carbon is saturated with hydrogen only, and then other aldehydes, and then ketones. These are the three types. And where this Grignard reagent already you know, it is nothing but RMGX. And yes students, you remember, after this by default the reagent is, granted reagent is water. Granted reagent, I think already you know, granted is nothing but they need not intimate that water is present after the Grignard reagent like that. Just when Grignard reagent is given or any reducing agent like lithium aluminum hydride is given, immediately you have to imagine that along with that reagent there is also water. So this Grignard reagent, first it will react and thereafter water will react with that one. Just you remember like that. And now in this case, when it is of Grignard reagent treated with this, it is forming primary alcohols, you remember. And in this case, it is of giving secondary alcohols, and in this case it is giving tertiary alcohols. Just you remember that information. Primary from formaldehyde, secondary from other than formaldehyde, aldehydes other than formaldehyde, tertiary from ketone when these are treated with Grignard reagent. And these are the different methods in which we can prepare alcohols. And in next session I will explain one after the other how these reagents are reacting with that substrate, and what is the reaction mechanism, and what are the reaction intermediates if any. All these we will discuss in the next session. Clear? Thank you.